I am in Istanbul, Turkey, attending a MarketHub conference organized by HBX group. And I have the pleasure to have with me Ms. Anna Grigoryan, who you are the
Chief Strategy and Transformation Officer of HBX.
Okay, very good. I forgot this one,
No
but
worries.
no problem. So earlier you have presented the future traveler, and actually you did a very nice case study of a 34 years old lady traveler, her parents and her child. So what is the profile of the future traveler?
So I think the objective of showing the case study the way it was because we have different sort of personas with different preferences and interests. And what we see now, obviously, a lot will be driven by Gen Z and growing generation, but the trends touch everyone, not just this generation. And what we see is it's no longer about I want to go to this place. It's more about, okay, so what is it that I want to do? And it's not just one thing, it's multiple things, experiences I want to build. And then all of those experiences, where can I do that? How do I build this in a specific destination? So here we see certain themes coming up. One of which, for example, being retailtainment. This is the buzzword right now, meaning let's do a shopping spree, Paris, Milan, London, somewhere where this is very popular. But obviously Paris, Milan, and London have a lot more to offer than just the shopping spree. So this becomes just part of it. And then you build around culinary delights, wine delights, maybe some other cultural events, concerts, etc. that's happening. And on top of that, obviously, you need your accommodation, you need your flights, you need all the other logistics organized. So the way the packages become more popular and organized is basically starting from some sort of what is it I'm interested in, rather than I just want to go and see this destination. What we see, if I turn from my presentation to a specific case right now, what's happening, we have, for example, sports tourism actually quite booming. 3 key events are happening right now. It's the Olympics in Paris, obviously. It's Euro Cup 24 in Germany, and it's T20 World Cup for cricket. And from last year, the sport travel packages, which include all of these activities, plus all the logistics and stay around it, is up by 15%. Similarly, there's a study, probably you already know about it, a popular one about Taylor Swift concerts.
Yes, yes.
People actually follow her and build their stays, vacations around her concerts. And someone calculated about 5 billion in a contribution into United States GDP just in 6 months. So this is another one. So we see this type of trends where you have experience embedded in experience with a lot of other experiences.
You combine various experiences
Yes.
and the events like sporting events or musical events.
Music,
are the driving
sports,
force.
retailtainment, exactly. So you have some theme that's
Yeah.
around it. That's one trend that we see.
So we see individual travelers at around 30s to 40s, independent, traveling looking for experiences.
Absolutely.
And what is the technology role in this? Do they use the new technology tools that are around us nowadays?
Absolutely. So I think we need to sort of separate two things. What they want is frictionless booking, frictionless travel. They want everything optimized, but at the same time, their motivators are very human. So the experiences they're looking for are very human. But for example, the booking, the frictionless changes. Someone in the panel mentioned also about communication. On the way, they just want to be in touch with the provider all the time. So they feel they're covered, they know where to go, they know what to do. They have sort of also some consultative background on what more can I do here. Any sort of advice, any sort of enhancement of their experience comes predominantly through technology. Everyone speaks about AI, everyone speaks about headsets, and as I mentioned in my keynote, all of this is already here. But this will take a bit more time to get mass adoption.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I think the also demand and the interest, not only from Gen Z, but from older generations, is
Yeah,
actually there.
you show us the parents of the case that you
Yes,
used, that they were baby boomers, and
boomers.
they were still using the technology,
Yes,
augmented reality.
augmented reality. I think augmented reality gives the taste of what is it that you're going to see there. Obviously, technology still has, and metaverse as well, still has room to improve.
Reducing the risk, let's say, on the decision process.
Yes, yes, but at least you have an idea. What is it? What's the view from this hotel
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see? There
Yeah.
are companies actually who do 3D modeling of the hotel, where you can see through augmented reality how what your room balcony will be looking at. So it's more, it kind of removes some of the risks of uncertainty.
Yes.
And it's also, still, we're very human. It's one thing when you learn about something, it's one thing when you use your senses to feel how it's going to look like. So I think from that perspective, these are going to be very helpful. I do not think that travel will ever get virtual only. I think we're
Okay.
still too human for that. It will be complementary.
I think this is good news for the travel
I
agents,
hope so.
especially.
I hope so. No, but I think that people still want to feel reality, while virtual reality can enhance it. Can enhance, build expectations, give them more certainty, show them what's going to happen. But I don't think that, at least at the moment, because you never know what technology is going to do, I don't think that a headset at the moment can replicate what you will feel when you're
Sure.
in the sea, or at the sea, or at a concert, or that's a very different experience.
And what about the next generation that you show us? Her
The
child.
sustainability one.
Yes.
So I think with that child, what I wanted to highlight is that, talking about sustainability, it was predominantly sustainability angle. We have been speaking about sustainability for quite some time, but in my personal view, it's a cycle of development where you introduce the concept, you explain it, you spread awareness. But between the awareness and real action, there is certain timeline and cycle where the consumers go through.
Mm-hmm.
With the newer generation, Greta Grunberg, all the information about CO2, about climate change, etc., that had been going faster. But still, for example, there's a statistic, I think, where about more than 70-80% people of travelers say that they would like to have sustainable travel options, but not all of them are ready to pay for it. I do not think this is
Sustainability still costs a little bit
yes,
higher.
yes. So I don't think this is because they're not willing to have sustainable travel. This is still in a processing stage, how they can affect it. And I think this cycle is present in every sort of development. So we are getting there. And I believe that this newcomer generation is actually more present and more ready to accept the sustainability challenge. I can see that in real life with my colleagues, in just how important, even in the employee proposition, how important it is to have the sustainability factor. So I believe they are gonna probably, if there's a change, they will probably have the chance to change it.
Do you think that this will also affect the means of transportation they are going to use? For example, I'm listening in some of the events when they speak about sustainability that they try to reduce the short haul flights, for example,
Yes.
and use trains instead.
Yes.
Do you see a trend like that? Or?
Yes, 23, 24. The highest growing transportation was indeed rail, at least in
Okay.
Europe. So it was about 36% year-on-year growth.
Hmm.
In some countries, rail is already fully on sustainable energy, example, Netherlands. So we can see it already by figures that actually people, where possible, they are opting for that. Obviously, there need to be options. So
Sure.
the options need to come up with the demand as well, but demand creates supply. So hopefully, as the awareness goes up, we will have more of that.
Last but not least, how should the industry start to getting prepared for the future traveler?
I think the first and foremost is just listening what they want, what they're asking for, what motivates them. what inspires them. We're still, as I said, very human. We have our emotions, aspirations, and the more sophisticated the world, I think the more sophisticated these aspirations become. We will have more travelers. Travel is going to grow also very much fueled by Asia. So first and foremost, listen to what they're asking for, try to be frictionless, and the technology developments should be part of the study of understanding what's getting adopted and how to be upfront with sort of adopting these things in the business.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.